Hi everyone, how's it going? We're back.
Boy, we're back.
Okay. And this time we're talking to you. You got your kit. You know what to do.
Yeah, congratulations.
Yes,
you
right.
have
in order. Thank you for joining us. And now you are like trying to rock and roll and trying to figure out what to do with these little bottles. And you smell them and they're strong and you're like, what?
And that's okay.
Exactly. So
and you're overwhelmed and that's okay.
Totally.
And that's why we're doing this for you today, so that you can start to kind of walk through it again and maybe refresh your memory about everything you heard from us, or, you know, one of us at some point in time. And you go, I don't even recall half of that.
No,
I got the kit. Now what do I do?
All right.
So let's walk you through these things, okay? Let's get you started slowly.
Remember the difference between the colors of the labels, right? The white ones means vitality oils, and you can actually ingest them. You can either put a drop or so in a glass of 8 ounce or so glass of water. You can put them in caps and actually make so that you can take it in case you don't like the taste. Or, you know, you can cook with them.
Yes. So,
digest, I wouldn't cook with it, but
no, choose a better oil.
Exactly.
But the label itself is just saying it's safe for ingestion. So remember that the Young Living is following the FDA regulations on making sure the labels are telling you what is appropriate for each oil.
So the next oil in our box is Citrus Fresh. So think of it as fresh air.
Freshening, freshener.
Yes.
Instead of the that you might have gotten at some point in your life, and you can now use a natural way, and you can put that in a spray bottle with some witch hazel and or distilled water.
Yes.
Okay, you can mix them, you can do one or the other, and then you can just use that as your air freshener. Great in the diffuser as well. Don't have a spray bottle on hand? Put it in the diffuser.
Put it in the diffuser.
Cook something stinky, use that and just freshen up the air.
Copaiba, okay? Anti-inflammatory. Okay.
And it's an enhancer of all the other oils. So if you are using another oil for something, you can throw in a drop of copaiba and it just kind of enhances the abilities of the other oil.
It is also good for your, you can put a drop or so in your moisturizer, so it's very good for your face. Skin support.
Yes.
Thieves. Oh my God, we could do another class on this one.
Yes, we don't have enough time today to talk all about the thieves, but
immune support. Germs. You can put it in your tea. You can, I mean, that season is going to come. It's going to be quickly upon us where, you know.
This is a good one to just throw in the diffuser. If anyone in your household starts to go, that's perfect.
I put it on my son's, the bottom of his feet every night.
And why do you put it on the bottom of the feet?
So that it's away from his nose. And it's also a hot oil. So when you put it on it, you'll feel it a little warm. Tingly. So you have to keep that in mind. So hot oils are not good to be putting in special parts of your body, anywhere really, but you can put it in the bottom of your feet just because he's a baby. He's not a baby, he's a toddler, so it's heavily diluted for him, but it's still a very good oil for him to help him with his immune support.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next one is lemon. Okay, I don't think you can see this, but lemon.
Trust us, it says lemon.
It says lemon. It's a photosensitive oil.
It is a photosensitive oil, meaning that it's not going to do well in the sun. Do not put that oil on your skin and go out in the sun.
No.
I don't think too many people are going to put lemon on their skin, but keep in mind that there are a list of oils that are photosensitive. Lemon is one of them, and that is what is in your kit.
That also includes tanning beds, just so we're
clear. Any kind of sun-ish
light.
Yes.
Yeah, just in case.
Whatever, you equate the sun to. Just don't do that.
Yeah. The next one is Panaway. Okay. Panaway, think of pain away.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh,
so
little sore.
And then you can put it on. It has a childproof cap because it has wintergreen oil, which is not good
for children or pregnant women. So ladies, don't rub that on the back of your man when he worked in the garden too much. Even when you're pregnant, you need to let them do that themselves. And of course the children.
Yes. The next one is peppermint. It has so many uses, it's insane. Long time behind the computer and I'm trying to get like a little pick-me-up. Just put a little drop in the back of my head, or you can even put water on top of it because water and oil do not mix. Now, this reminds me, if you get oil in your eyes, do not put water, please, please, please. You actually can go get a carrier, what's called carrier oil. It's either, it could be coconut oil, jojoba oil.
It could be olive oil if it's the only thing in your house. Vegetable oil. Get an
water.
oil.
Water is going to intensify it.
Right, because water and oil don't mix, so you don't want to push the oil further into your eye.
Exactly. The next one is lavender. This is so good.
Can we talk about peppermint for just a second?
So
I just had a random thought because I'm sitting here a little warm. Guess what peppermint is really good for? When you're warm and you're hot, it actually cools your body down, and it's a hot oil. It's a little tingly. If you can stand it, it's great. If not, put it with a little carrier oil.
Yeah. Back
of your neck, wherever, and it's surprisingly going to cool you down. Okay. That was my PSA moment.
So back to lavender. Lavender is really good for you to diffuse it when you're just trying to wind down. It's really good for the season when you go outside and you get a lot of, you know what, all over your skin from little bugs that you don't want. You can actually apply it to it.
Yeah, it's a great non-toxic
health support. Yeah. So the next one is actually Raven. Okay, and this is actually, let me show you another thing that I just thought about. This is a 5 ml bottle, and this is a 15. The 5 ml has about 90 drops, and then the 15,
I think it's 250.
It's
something close to that.
So these are the two sizes that you'll see. All of the bottles that are gonna come in the starter kit, well, you'll have it in front of you, are 5 mls, but there are some options where you can get the 15, where it's a bigger bottle.
So when you go to do a reorder on an oil you really like, you could get a bigger size.
Exactly. So Raven is, think of it as respiratory support. So it's either chest, throat, nasal. And so you can either apply it topically, okay, with
can make a chest rub.
Right, chest rub. Or you can also diffuse it so that you also have it in the air. Okay. The last oil at the top is frankincense. Okay, this is the king of all oils. We talked about him. Yes. He actually, this oil is amazing for anything that you are unsure of which oil to actually use. So you can just apply to it and see what happens. There's actually a pretty good saying that I can't remember. It actually matches, but trying to, do this recording, you're like, okay, I'm trying to say this and that, and then you forget.
Yeah, but that's all right. It'll come to us when we're done.
Exactly. And you can put it in your moisturizer. It's actually very good for fine lines, and you can diffuse it for grounding or for spiritual.
If you're having a rough day and you just need a little something, put it in the diffuser. And it's not a smell that anybody likes right away. It's okay. Put the cap back on it and just save it. It'll come to you.
So as you can see, it has this piece right here. Don't throw the box. You have it in front of you. Pull it up, and then you have one more oil in there, which is stress away. Okay, stress away. That's what it says. You can put it in the back of your neck. You can diffuse it. You can put it in your wrists. Between your boobs.
Wherever you need it to go. Wherever you need it to go. Yeah.
Or you can put it in diffuser jewelry. Essentially, you're trying to manage what you're dealing with.
Yeah.
Okay. So in the bottom of the box, you'll also find shareables or
little baby bottles.
If you're stingy like me, maybe you just keep it in your purse or not.
They're so good for you. You know, you don't have to say, oh, I don't have anyone to share them with. Use them for yourself. Put your favorite oil in there and put that in your purse, in your pocket, in your backpack, whatever. Leave it in the car. The drops that come out of those little bottles are actually smaller than the drops that come out of these bottles. So actually my peppermint, I prefer it to come out of that one because I get a smaller drop. So when I'm applying it, when I'm warm, it's not as much. So that's something to think about.
Yeah.
You choose to put peppermint in a drink, a hot chocolate. It's always good, minty hot chocolate or a coffee. That's a smaller drop because peppermint can be really overwhelming in anything you're consuming. So be careful. But that's a nice little bottle just to have for yourself. So
it comes with the little cards that you can actually share. So I guess you'll use them if you decide to share.
If you decide to share.
Then you also have at the bottom of your kit a little filament or roller ball. The way this works is you have a dropper. So you put the cap right there, and then you sort of apply some pressure to take the dropper off. Okay, so you
don't do anything with it. Just leave it there because you might want it to come back to it.
So there's two ways to do this, but you can essentially put the dropper on, right?
The roller ball.
The roller ball, sorry. And then you lock it or close it.
Tighten it down. Not a lot. Don't do it too much, but just enough to get that into the top of the bottle.
And to take it off, the same thing. You put the cap on.
Just back it back out.
Back it back out, and then I can put the dropper back
So
on.
if you leave the roller ball on the bottle, it now is a topical application. If you turn it upside down, it's not going to drip oil out of it like it was with the orifice reducer. Yeah. So if it's something, an oil you've chosen to carry with you, have on hand for an application, it's a quick way just to have some oil applied. The black cap has to stay with it because the roller ball is going to be a little higher. So that's why you have the black cap. I just said, don't throw the white one away. Save it. Yeah. So that you can then take the roller ball out of it and you can rinse it and use it in something else, and you can then put the regular cap back on if you choose to do that. And save your bottles. Don't throw those out when they're empty. Those little loves can be recycled.
I have a place where I put all the, Or you can share with your friends to give them a couple drops and just give them so that they can smell. So I definitely use those.
Yes. So what's kind of nice is you can grab those bottles and put in that, if you get a 15 ml of something, you can drop some of it into the 5, and now you have 2 bottles. You can put in different places. So remember, we were saying there's some oils here. You don't have to just use the oil singly. You can put a couple oils together and make your own blend. This one happens to be lemon, lavender, and peppermint, and that's a great seasonal blend if you've gotten the sniffles in the fall and the spring. It comes to a lot of us. Great in the diffuser, and then
you can do topically too. You can come up and we can give you the recipe if you really need one. But that's when the empty bottles come in hand when you're trying to do a topical one.
This would be called a synergy, and what's nice is that if you could put a couple of drops of each of these in an empty bottle and let it sit, it really revs up the
Don't forget to use Copaiba if you want it to actually enhance it.
Yes. So, when we're talking about an oil, you start to become your own little chef in a way. Chemist, yeah, because you're making your own blends, your own synergies for what you need. It's not just, I have this one oil. No, you have an oil and this oil together. They're going to give you the benefits of both.
Exactly. So the other part is your Thieves Cleaner sample, which is amazing. It's one that we're both using at our houses. That's the only thing that I use at mine. It cleans absolutely everything from the toilet to the floors to kitchen stuff. So it actually, Young Living has its own cleaning line, Thieves Cleaning line, which is all natural and essentially trying to, since my quest was to get rid of chemicals, little by little, I have been able to replace everything that's in my kitchen with Thieves products. In this case, this sample can actually make you 3 bottles depending on how concentrated you want them. And by 3 bottles, I mean 3 spray bottles. So it's a pretty good sample. And it gives you a better idea on what it smells like, how you can do it, and how easy it is for you to actually have something better at your house.
I use a little bit more in the bathroom.
Me too. I actually put a cap of it, which is a lot.
It's
but
very
it just makes me feel better.
Well, it's the bathroom.
It's
kind of one of those places where I'm going to use it a little bit more concentrated, but in the kitchen, I use it for just the basic countertops. I have pets that, when something happens on the carpet, that's what I use. You feel confident knowing that if your child or your pet walks on that spot, if it's still wet, it's not chemically and toxic, and it's not going to harm them, their skin, or the paws of your pets. So it's nice to have something you can trust.
Right. Exactly. So that's what's on the bottom of your box. And then on this side of the box, which we typically do not mention, is actually information about the business side. I believe now it also has a booklet that gives you some more information about the oils. But we point this out because we both were not interested in this side of the box, and things happen for certain reasons. Now here we are. So we want to point it out to you. So if you have any questions or you want to share with your friends, this is definitely a place to look, and then you can also reach out to us so that we can help you start your own journey. And of course, this is a team thing, so we help each other out too. So
so you're on our team.
Yes.
Aren't you lucky?
So along with all this, obviously you got your own diffuser, so you decided either on the Dewdrop or the Desert Mist, whichever it's the one that you prefer. So you already heard the spiel about how great our diffusers are and how they are hospital grade plastic. I'm sure that by now, my hope is that you have actually taken them out of the box and tried them. But we have one here that we can show you. Do you mind?
Hold on.
Hold on. We're trying to see because otherwise it'll look like a craziness.
Okay.
So in this case, we just want to show you the desert mist. So we have the desert mist. So you take out the first cap, right? And then you have this piece. So you open it up and then you fill it up to the line. So it has the line right here. And that's when you fill it up. You can, it recommends distilled water or you can do regular tap water. So do you see how it has a little plate in there? That plate, and I learned it from her how she described it. It actually, you know, oil and water don't mix, right? So this little plate,
it's an ultrasonic plate that vibrates and it allows the water molecules and the molecules of the oil to disperse together in a mist. So it might be tough to see behind us, but it has a mist when it's emanating out of the diffuser.
Yeah.
But normally water and oil wouldn't do that. So that plate needs to be cleaned. So my routine is when my diffusers are finished, and they all shut off automatically when they're done, so you don't have to worry about it just running. Once it's finished, it does shut off. It's just the light doesn't go off.
Right. The light is. Yeah. Although you can turn on. You can, if you're doing it at night. So I've discovered that you can push the button like for a few seconds and it turns off the light, but it still continues diffusing. And then
once the diffusing is done,
then
it automatically shuts off, right?
The other thing I wanted to point out is that there's an air vent on the side of this. So make sure you always cover it when you're cleaning it, that you don't get any water in there, because if you do, then that avoids the 1 year warranty, or it just may ruin your diffuser. So just be mindful of that. So you lock it in place.
This plate, keep it clean. So as I was saying, you want to make sure when you're finished, I usually just take a clean towel and I just wipe the plate. And that's because you don't want the oil residue to sit on it. If it gets a little gunky, again, it's supposed to vibrate. It may stop vibrating if it gets gooped up. So I don't like go through this whole cleaning mechanism of it.
I actually do. I use rubbing alcohol.
Not every day.
Not every day.
Right.
Once a week.
Yes. So I'm saying if you let it run all day today and you're ready for bed and you're like, oh, my diffuser, it's okay.
Yeah, you're
Dump it. I take the corner of the towel, gently just hit that plate inside, let it air dry.
Right.
And then
a soft towel, not just any crazy towel.
No. A soft towel. Please,
I know, I was thinking.
Don't scratch it. But that way, like when you said, if you do go in once a week with a little rubbing alcohol and really kind of get any residue out, that's good. Yeah. But it's not something you feel like you have to clean it every night.
No.
It's just maintenance on it so that it'll last for you. And there you go. Yeah.
And so this one specific, well, the dewdrop is the same mechanism. You just put the water in there, your oils, turn it on, and it's a lot easier. But the desert mist is, it has the different lighting. So if you got this one, then you know that you can, that's like a candle. It has different colors. So
right.
You can do that too.
Yeah.
All right. So congratulations.
Yes.
And I hope that
we're happy for you for getting this.
Yeah, and let us know if you have any questions. We're definitely here for you. We did this video so that we could try to help you sort of recap what you learned in the initial class, and now that you have the oil, you have your oils, you can open your kit and like get started and have fun with it. Low and slow. Minimum. I mean, I would say even like 1 drop. Start diffusing because you're not used to them. So
and maybe just an hour or two.
Yeah, so start slow. Don't go crazy. Okay? Because you may get a,
headache.
So just be mindful of that, okay?
Yep. And then everything else, if you have questions, you know where to find us. We're here for you. You got support.
Thank you. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.